What are expectations for the Colts?
Oh, well, they should be one of the top teams in the AFC, right?
Yeah, they're going to be one of the top teams in the AFC, and Carson Wentz is going to be better than he was in Philadelphia and better than Phillip Rivers was a year ago. Now, go to your sport, though, Jay. How many players have you seen, scouted, evaluated, and moved on from coaches that they once had before, and they go into other places, and they struggled, and then they come back to him, you go, damn, I didn't know Derrick Rose had that. Oh, Tibbs knows how to use him. Tibbs knows what to do with him. That happens in sports. It's just something that happens, especially
guys. It's trust
with guys that you trust.
Yeah, it's got to be trust. Now let's go. Let's stay on the quarterback thing though around the league. Is there another? All right, so Wentz might be one. All right, but here's a guy that could have that surprise where he returns to form. Maybe not everybody's expecting it. Who would you say, Key? Who would you say is a guy that might have that surprise season at a quarterback?
I would say it's going to be my USC Trojan bud and Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold in Carolina is going to surprise a lot of people because I think, one, he's got Christian McCaffrey at the running back spot.
It's a pretty good weapon.
So it's a pretty good weapon to have. Then you're going back with Robbie Anderson that you had for a brief stint with the Jets. And then they got a solid defense. And Joe Brady's a learning on the job offensive coordinator that I think has done a pretty good job. So you're going into a situation where you're like, okay, he might turn out to be more than what you think. And then in the meantime, your New York Jets are playing with Zach Wilson. Mm-hmm. So Sam
a lot of panic if he has a great season.
Sam is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And the only thing with him is just stay healthy, man. Stay healthy and you'll be fine.
Jay, what about you? Is there a quarterback you're looking at to have that surprise season?
Well, the fan of me is praying for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
To have that surprise season to be what we think he's going to be because there's a lot of pressure on him, especially after watching that video of Saquon Barkley the other day. I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But I'll stay in the same division, man. And I'm curious. I know everybody says that they have Fitzmagic there, but Taylor Heinicke. I mean, Key, we watched that one game last year. I'm just curious, and some of my friends who work in that organization.
Wait, what'd you just say?
He said Taylor Heinicke. Yeah, Taylor Heinicke.
Why are you shocked, Key?
I don't think
Ron Rivera loves him.
I know, but I don't think
I'm just trying to tell you what I heard last year and what I've heard a little bit this offseason from people there.
No, I'm talking about he can play, did a good job, and a little splash moment.
But
I don't think he's going to overtake Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Well, that would be a surprise.
That would be a surprise. That's why he's my surprise.
Now,
I've heard people rave about him inside the organization.
But you mentioned Daniel Jones. Would it be isn't that more the expectation than a surprise? Because if he's good, they'll be a playoff team with all the weapons that they have. Isn't this more of the expectation that Daniel Jones has to be that player? So would it be surprising if he does have a good season? Or isn't that the expectation at this point of where he is in his development and where that team is?
I mean, that's what I hope for. I hear what you're saying in your point. I think that's why I chose Taylor Heinicke instead of going with Daniel Jones. But
nothing wrong with Taylor Heinicke. I mean, there's nothing wrong with choosing him.
No, I just feel like with Daniel Jones, if Daniel Jones doesn't pan out, would you be shocked?
No.
Me either.
No, but I think
that's why I kind of feel like there is an element of surprise there a little bit, Alan, if he gets to another level.
I think he'll be fine.
See, but I don't want him to be fine.
Yeah, but I don't think he's other than fine, OJ. I really honestly don't think
he doesn't.
And I played with enough quarterbacks. I don't think he's anything other than fine. I don't think he's.
You think he's just?
I don't think he's sexy. I think he's just fine. There's nothing.
Well, I mean,
I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Operational quarterbacks can still win you.
Oh, okay, cool. We can go to dinner, but I'm not. No, I'm just being honest. It's like, oh, okay,
I know it was the analogy
Jay.
that you used.
Good night. It was cool. Dinner was cool, Jay.
Thanks for the free meal.
Yeah, it was cool. You know that one, though. It was cool, man. It's free dinner.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, you don't want to, but you do know.
The bill comes I gotta go use.
I'm getting tired. I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah. Hey, enjoy the movie. I gotta get back.
Yeah, that's what you're dealing with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I am curious to see
Aaron
what
Rodgers,
he becomes.
You're like, hey.
Yeah.
I got another movie ticket next week.
Already trying to make plans.
Want to have a drink?
Yeah.
Post-dinner drink?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, all they need Daniel Jones to be is just fine, because if he's just fine, they should be a playoff team.
If he's fine.
The surprise would be if he sucks. That was, to me, would be the biggest surprise, right? That'd be the negative surprise.
Blind date,
if
huh?
he's really.
So either way, Alan, if he stinks or if he's great, I will be surprised.
So blind date then, huh, Jay?
Blind, hey.
I'm
You gotta do
looking
what you
for
gotta do,
Daniel
kid.
Jones. No, I said I'm looking for Damon James.
You start changing it up. You start taking your phone out and trying to like that's you.
That's the blind date, huh, Jay?
That's not the picture that I
Change it
saw.
up real quick, Key.
I'm looking for Damon James.